the vast expanse of sky, the unseen cosmic veil. Your presence fills the heavens, where stars and dreams sail. Your feet reach the depths, to ravines unseen. Your crown graces the cosmos, where no man's been. Invisible, unmatched, divine essence so grand. Udala Sangamadiva, beyond sea and land. In my palm, you now reside, a sacred light, revealing your presence, both day and night. A devotee, seeking the divine on their spiritual path, attempts to describe the unfathomable divine in words, highlighting the omnipresence of the divine. Vastness of the sky, the divine presence spans the visible sky and the unseen universe, signifying the all-encompassing nature of divinity. This symbolizes the boundless reach of the divine consciousness, extending far beyond what the eye can see. Depths of the earth, the divine feet extend to the deepest ravines, representing the divine presence in the most profound and hidden places. This illustrates that the divine is present in every corner of existence, no matter how remote or obscure. Cosmic crown, the divine face, is beyond the known universe, indicating that the divine encompasses both the micro and the macro realms. This suggests that the divine is present in both the vastness of the cosmos and the minutiae of life, bridging the gap between the immense and the minute. In this state, the devotee recognizes, invisible and unmatched, the divine is invisible, beyond human perception, and unparalleled. The devotee understands that the divine essence cannot be fully grasped by the human senses, remaining a profound mystery. Kudala Sangamadiva's manifestation. Although the divine consciousness manifests everywhere, including within the seeker, it also takes a form that fits within the devotee's palm. This symbolizes the divine's desire to elevate the awareness of a true seeker, making the divine presence more tangible and personal. Azadi Shankaracharya reflects, "That is whole, this is whole, from that wholeness comes this wholeness. Take away the wholeness from the whole, and the whole still remains." This verse complements Basavana's Vakana by emphasizing the inherent completeness and interconnectedness of all existence. The divine, being whole and complete, manifests in everything without losing its essence, similar to the divine presence described in Basavana's Vakana. The seeker's reflection. The very first question arises within the seeker's mind: if the divine is present everywhere, then what am I to do? This Vakana is meant to shake the seeker out of their conventional consciousness. It has a meaning and, in a sense, an answer. The answer is a transformation in the understanding of the individual wrestling with it. You are meant to struggle with the problem, and that struggle and the eventual understanding that comes from it is the true meaning of the question. In a sense, then, venturing an answer to the Vakana here might be seen as missing the point for the one who is truly committed to realizing the reality. Scientific correlations. Correlations without correlata. Physicist David Merman, in his paper What is Quantum Mechanics Trying to Tell Us?, discusses quantum entanglement. Merman uses the expression correlations without correlata, a weird concept indeed. How can a correlation exist without something that is correlated? It seems as if the idea of a pure, free-floating correlation is an absurdity similar to the notion of a divine presence everywhere. David Merman, in his Ithaka interpretation, concludes that the business of physics is the study of correlations, and correlations only. It cannot concern itself with the underlying reality, which somehow turns these correlations into something experienced as a world. This is a position reminiscent of Kant. The Ding and Sich thing, in itself, must forever remain beyond our reach. Physicist David Merman's expression correlations without correlata suggests that it's possible to have a correlation without having individual entities to correlate. This mirrors the Vakana's idea of the divine presence everywhere, transcending individual physical manifestations. Relational properties. Physicist Leonard Susskind puts it this way: in quantum mechanics, it is possible to have a situation in which you know everything about a system while knowing nothing about its parts, and that is all there is to know. In other words, the description is of a relationship, but the things related, the correlata, are completely absent, subsumed within the relationship itself. Leonard Suskind's perspective: in quantum mechanics, you can know everything about a system without knowing its parts. This aligns with the Vakana's theme of divine omnipresence, where the divine essence pervades all existence without being confined to individual entities. Italian physicist Carlo Rovelli has developed this idea into his own relational interpretation of quantum mechanics, which he explores in his book Helgeland. The theory of relativity showed us that certain physical properties that we had assumed were absolute are actually relative to the frame of reference of an observer. What quantum mechanics shows us, Carlo Rovelli suggests, is that all physical properties are relative. Carlo Rovelli's relational interpretation: physical properties are relational, not inherent. The Vakana's portrayal of divine presence as both vast and intimate underscores this interconnectedness of all things. Physical systems only assume well-defined values when they interact with other systems, and these values are only well-defined with respect to that system. A system's properties are relational, not inherent. In this understanding, there is no thing in itself. Reality exists in the relational network, and the nodes of the network are particle interactions, not particles, as things with independent existence. Indeed, particles disappear from the picture, and what is left are the moments of interactions between particles, with the particles turning into regularities between the nodes. There is no thing that travels from one moment of interaction to the next. There are only the relationships between nodes, and the whole of reality is this network, with no absolute things to be seen anywhere. This has a very profound implication. If nature at its deepest level does not have inherent properties, but only relational ones, then there are no inherent properties that exist in individual things at any level. Rather, all properties are relational ones. Everything we can say about the world is a relational statement. It is not a statement about the way things are in themselves. This is the fundamental revelation of quantum mechanics. Here Basavana reflects that we are all interconnected, the whole universe is connected. He says, we are not different, everyone belongs to the other, Jiva Namava, Jiva Namava. While the West ended up far outstripping the East in scientific and technological know-how, it is the East that may have had the deeper insight into the ultimate nature of reality. Mind and matter are different realms, between which lies an unbridgeable chasm. We experience the material world as consisting of solid, inherently existing stuff, because we are bound up in that system of relationships that we call the material world. This imposes a certain emergent experience on us, thus creating a finite boundary. Humans have to operate in a finite reality, with a finite set of what we consider facts relevant to a given situation. We must cut off the relatedness of all things with all things, drawing a line to say, beyond this point, I no longer care about the relationships between what is inside the boundaries of the thing I am interested in and what is outside, so I will fix certain values and call these properties intrinsic. Anthropic principle. As tool-making animals, it is necessary for us to artificially divide the world into separate things, even though those things do not have actual, absolute boundaries. Obviously, for a disciple to experience the Aikia Sthala, he has to create a model through which he can begin his experiments, which may have basic properties that express the boundaries for a human to conceptualize, and he has to realize this stage, utilizing tools the lingad that are beyond the conventional senses and thoughts or worldly knowledge. This principle suggests that the physical laws we observe are contingent on the existence of observers highlighting the interconnectedness of all things, much like Basavana's teachings on the boundless reach of divine consciousness. Why does the seeker have to behave this way? What is self-interest, and what are the boundaries of that concept? What indeed is the basis of rationality? These questions are deliberately left unanswered and unscrutinized because, well, you simply have to draw the line and begin somewhere. Because the whole thing is premised on a certain context of relationships that is, in reality, in constant flux. In Kuhnian terms, it is known as a paradigm shift. The Sharana's notion of the boundless reach of the divine consciousness, extending far beyond what the eye can see, doesn't deny the existence of the world. Instead, it emphasizes that the world contains nothing that exists inherently. Any part of it we choose to observe is empty in itself, finding its meaningful existence only in relation to the totality. It is a dependent arising, lacking independent existence. This understanding is crucial in Basavana's teachings, as it guides the devotee towards recognizing the transient and interrelated nature of existence. This idea is vividly illustrated in the Vakana, where Basavana says, "So vast and yet, you have become tiny, so as to fit within my palm," conveying this idea further. The devotee's journey involves both inward reflection and outward action, extending to every expression of mind and matter, always in a relational context. In the context of the devotee's engagement with the divine, emphasize the holistic approach to spirituality. The devotee's engagement with the divine involves recognizing the interconnectedness of all existence, acknowledging the divine presence in every aspect of life, and embracing the responsibility that comes with this understanding. The devotee's journey encompasses both an inward exploration, seeking unity with the divine, and an outward expression. We are forever a part of the sea of existence, within which we swim. This reciprocity extends infinitely far. We, as conscious observers, are bound up in the deepest nature of things. The anthropic principle tells us that the physical laws we observe are not fixed, absolute laws, binding everything, everywhere, but are contingent phenomena. We see the physics. We do because only these laws enable there to be observers. Everything we observe, down to the most fundamental laws we know of, is bound up with who and what we are as conscious, intelligent beings. Relationalism implies that no such absolute fundament exists. It is relationships all the way down, achievable through your own inner awareness, as expressed by Basavana. Your awareness is your master, arrive guru. This is the greatest gift, endowed only upon us human beings. In conclusion, the Vakana underscores the idea that true spiritual understanding transcends conventional boundaries. It encourages seekers to recognize the divine presence in all aspects of existence and to strive for a deeper, more holistic understanding of their place within the cosmic order. A gift to my beloved mother. In this life, you have been my guide, my teacher, and my source of unwavering love. As a token of my deepest gratitude and affection, I wish to present to you these reflections on Basavana's Vakana, whose profound wisdom and spiritual insight resonate deeply with my journey. May these words bring you peace and inspiration, just as your love and wisdom have done for me. With all my love and gratitude. Disclaimer. The ideas and explanations presented in these reflections on Basavana's Vakana are solely my own. They reflect my personal interpretation and understanding of the Vakana and are not intended for acceptance, debate, or contradiction with the interpretations of others, past, present, or future. These reflections are a product of my individual perspective and should be viewed as such. Any similarities or differences with existing or future interpretations are coincidental and do not imply alignment or opposition with those interpretations.